Hey everyone, thanks for joining. And of course, back here with Grant. We're going to be talking about recent update, a few weeks old now, but the Philadelphia Union, kind of what's the benefit to the business, obviously some of the things that esports entertainment is going to be doing, things that they hope to gain on both sides. First things first, Grant, how are you?
I'm good, Jason. I'm good. Little tired, but good.
Hey, exciting time, Q4 for gaming. If you're watching this, I'm sure you can think of some recent games that have come out, or recent excitement that's come out. Christmas is or Q4 usually hot time for video games. But let's hop into it. So Philadelphia Union, do you want to kind of dive in? Obviously, what team is that? You could start there and maybe give people a little bit of background.
Yeah, Philadelphia Union's in the Major League Soccer, Major League in the States, pro soccer. They are clearly in Philadelphia, which is very interesting because we're working on that New Jersey license, of course, and that we should be active in Q1. And a lot of their fan base is in South Jersey, as you'd imagine, because it's in their geographic region. But why this is a good agreement, a good relationship for us, Major League Soccer has a tendency of tracking younger in terms of their fan base. There's tremendous overlap between gamers and soccer fans. In fact, our primary contact, Adam Tabal over at Philly Union, was just bragging about his new gaming rig, and he's quite a competitive gamer, as are a number of the people in their team. In fact, they're planning to use our relationship in this tournament relationship to seek out new members for their FIFA team. So they're going to use it kind of as a qualifying rounds to see who can get into the next draft. They've got a social media footprint and fan footprint in around the 4 million fans, and we'll be kicking off our first tournament with them in December. Can't give you any details just yet because they control the flow of the release of the news, but it'll be our first tournament with them. After that, we expect to run effectively monthly tournaments. How the mechanics of it, how it works is we're their exclusive tournament provider. They have given us the prizes. So the people who sign up will be signed up onto our platform, paying us to sign up on the platform, but they're branded Philly Union tournaments, and they're playing for Philadelphia Union prizes. So whether these prizes are game tickets, signed jerseys, meetings with the players, coming to the stadium and playing against their players who play, in the games. So these are the types of prizes you can't buy. You have to play for them. So the economics of it, if we have a 1% participation, it would be 2 times ROI for us. So it's a very good relationship for us. The membership and the management over at Philly Union is very gaming friendly and gambling friendly. They are aware of our New Jersey impending Jersey license. So on top of the tournament element, they are quite comfortable being involved with promoting the gambling element once we go live in New Jersey, both on esports and on traditional sports. So that's kind of an exciting relationship because it kind of touches on, 3 areas of revenue on our side. So, I don't know what else I can really tell you about the relationship.
I'm glad you did a great job. I'm glad you talked with the kind of New Jersey license, and obviously New Jersey kind of known, if anyone's familiar with poker, obviously that's kind of like the only place in the US where you can play at the moment, online poker, and you've got this big gambling focus in New Jersey that's growing, elsewhere, which is great. So fantastic. You kind of covered it. Sounds very similar to kind of, the LA, Galaxy one you guys talked about, and all those guys. So that's fantastic. Obviously, congratulations. An amazing partnership, more dominoes falling. Hopefully other stuff starts to come in. That was one question that we were seeing, as you sign on more, does it make getting the rest easier? I'm curious, just from a gauging of interest, not to disclose anything, but would you say that, Yeah, I mean, phone calls have been going well, or you've been talking to more. Can you gauge interest at all without giving anything away?
Yeah, I'm comfortable saying to date, and again, this comes back to the NASDAQ pedigree, the Jersey license, Twin Rivers. We're pretty unique, and I know we're not being rewarded at this point in time in the markets for that, but we have not had an opportunity. Magnus and I are constantly in a state of awe. These major league sports franchises have continued to call us. We probably have 12 discussions that are at various stages. The discussion points are very similar to what you've seen with the Kings, the Galaxy, Philly Union. These are all inbound. We probably have a dozen others that we're in various stages with. So, yeah, the calls have been coming in. It's been, humbling really, because some of these organizations are multi-billion-dollar organizations, and they're reaching out to us. So they have, they're pretty sophisticated. They're in the entertainment business. They run, media empires. And they've been able, what you see behind me, they've been able to see how these pieces fit together and why we're a natural partner for them. They make one phone call and they've got a solution for their online tournaments. They've got a solution when they want to, build a gaming lounge in their stadium. They've got a solution for the enterprise software that runs that. And as we go further down the road, of course, with LandDuel and Genji, there's solutions for the player versus player betting and solutions for the analytics. So it's kind of one stop shopping for them, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Yeah, you guys fit in extremely well with what obviously they're looking to do in the trends, which is great. It seems like it's a great partnership, and like you said, even if it's 1%, I mean, hey, that's a great deal for both parties. They're extremely happy. They're obviously their fans are becoming more. What's the word, active, I guess we could say, and then of course you guys benefit from that as well, and it's great that Philly is aware of the gambling side of things as well, so another kind of additional benefit. So cool. Anything else about that partnership you wanted to chat about?
Well, I'd like to give you some of the details, but I know would I get reprimanded from our partners because it's their announcement coming out in December, but I think all your listeners would be excited to hear it. I did want to, because the question has come up. I spent a lot of time in investment conversations, as you can imagine. It's my part of the portfolio, and people are constantly asking, really, what does this represent? These logos behind me. What is this collective universe? And just to give you kind of a sense of scale. We have, of course, EGL, which is the tournament platform, which is what we were just talking about with Philly Union, the Kings, and the Galaxy. There's 350,000 people that have signed up and used that platform. GG Circuit, there's 2 million people that are using GG Circuit software that they're connected to. Sport Nation has 100,000 depositors on the Sports Nation platform. Helix has 6,000 users a month uniques going through their centers. Vi is, right now we're pumping the brakes a little bit because we're about to relaunch the Fresh Vi site in New Jersey, which is why we bought Flip Sports, which is right here. So we've held off in the marketing, but there's still thousands of registered depositing members on Vi. So you net all this together, there's over 2 million users, unique users that are on the collective platform here, and it all ties in, to one umbrella company. So we're pretty excited. We're pretty proud of what we've done. I think we've struggled a little bit by getting that messaging out to the retail investment community. So we're working on that with our partners like you, Jason, to make sure that people understand why did we pull these companies together, because when we look at talking to Philly Union again, one of the conversations we had is they do want to build a gamer lounge in the facility because they're all gamers themselves. Their players are gamers, and a large percentage of their fans are gamers. So they do want to have that built in there. So with our partnership with Helix and Genji, we have the expertise. So we start with the online tournaments, We help them build their internal physical facility, which is going to run off the Genji software. And then, of course, once it's all up and operational, we've tested LandDuel in Q1 in Helix Centers in Jersey. We're going to roll it out. So there's lots going forward, lots of additional opportunities to scale that relationship up from a revenue standpoint. So as I said, there's a reason why we've pulled all these pieces together into one basket, so to speak.
Yeah. No, and I think this is good. It's some good insight. Obviously, these guys are behind the scenes crushers in the esports industry, and of course, you kind of under the esports entertainment brand now, right, and under the umbrella, which is fantastic. And for a lot of people watching this, that are gamers, even myself, I barely even heard of most of those guys. So it's great that you're able to share kind of this is the behind the scenes that really pushes the industry, and I think you did a great job touching on it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I like I said, we've now got the pieces. We just need to do a better job telling the story, I think, so people understand, because a lot of it's infrastructure. It is, with Flip, you'll never hear about Flip Sports. It's infrastructure software, GG Circuit. I mean, most of the names that people are familiar with, GameWorks and Allied and Super League and Simplicity, and I believe even Vindex, runs off the GG Circuit software.
Yeah.
So it's the boring infrastructure stuff, but controlling the tech is important to us.
Yeah. No, awesome. Well, look, again, I know there's always going to be questions. This is the part of esports that a lot of people, don't know exists. And I really want to say I've seen the feedback. I've seen some comments. Make sure comment below. We will answer questions. We can do a Q&A video coming up here shortly. This is the behind the scenes stuff. This is the interesting part, the infrastructure, as Grant said, that we love chatting about. I know everyone's familiar with the phases, the optic gamings, everything in between, but the behind the scenes tournament, kind of style stuff, the gambling, the licenses, this is where, really esports entertainment shines, and where Grant shines. And, we'd love to answer any questions on that. So on that note, we'll close things here. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. And hopefully we can answer some questions going forward.
Thank you.